There's something I notice all the time when I'm playing Team Fortress 2. Whether I'm grinding pubs, designing a war paint, or trying to get footage for a video, this thing that I notice creeps in. It's that feeling. It's not quite hunger, not exactly anxiety either. It's this weird, hard-to-place pressure, somewhere behind the ribs, between the neck and the gut. Not quite a chill, not quite a knot, just something's off. A disturbance in the force, so to speak. A disturbance in my inner peace. And when it hits, I can't think. I can't snipe. I can't focus. My gameplay goes out the window. And no matter how good my aim is supposed to be by now, or at least how good it's supposed to be as I feel imbalanced. Mentally out of step. Like there's something I need to handle, something I'm supposed to grasp by now, but I just can't quite name it in that moment. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Inner peace. What it is, how it's disrupted, and more importantly, how to manage it, or at least how I've figured out how to manage it. We all have our own limits. Some people have the patience of saints, able to tolerate all sorts of chaos. Others might feel their whole day unravel because an ant crawled on their leg. I've been trying to understand where I fall on this spectrum, how to identify what disrupts my peace, how to sit with it, and how to respond without letting it ruin my inner world. So, I started looking across cultures, philosophies, anywhere to see how others have tackled this eternal human question across time and now. Marcus Aurelius, in Stoicism, said, not the book, but generally, you have power over your mind, not outside events. If you realize this, you will find strength. So generally, Stoics believe peace comes from living in alignment with nature and knowing we can't control what happens, only how we react. They called this apatheia, whatever. A calm detachment from the noise of life. I've taken this to heart. I think I already have anyway, but for me this means simplifying things. Sometimes I choose to care about only 2 things a day, just to protect my sanity. It's the same logic behind disconnecting from social media, unplugging for a while. Too much input can just shatter your center, your perspective. In the East, China, in Taoism, Lao Tzu wrote, I'm sorry if I butchered that, when there is no desire, all things are at peace. Taoism is about wu wei, effortless action. It teaches that peace doesn't come from striving, it arises naturally when we stop resisting life's flow. The more we grasp, the more this peace will slip through our fingers. These traditions, despite their differences, whisper the same thing. True peace is not given to you, but grown inside you. I'll be honest, I don't have a high tolerance when people disrupt my sense of balance, my inner peace. I get angry. I get downright frustrated. I may not show it on the surface, but I got steam coming out of my ears. Beneath it, I wrestle. I've tried through my words and actions in the past, even up to now, to project a kind of understanding, even when I'm mad. If you know me recently, you know I failed in this. Let me give you a story. Something that still sticks with me. When I was around, I think 9-15, it's all so cluttered together now. Isn't that funny how that works? We moved from living in an apartment into a proper house. Back then, my room was tiny, basically a Harry Potter closet. But I made it mine. A bed, a chair, a computer, and an Xbox, and a Wii I had earlier, but I moved to Xbox. I'd sit on the floor to play, even though the carpet made my ass itch, and the Wii remote barely worked in the small, cramped environment. And then suddenly, we had a house. A big one. And for some reason, my guardian didn't want the master bedroom, so they offered it to me. From a shoebox to a palace, overnight. Even though the new room was massive, I found myself deeply attached to the little one I was leaving behind. It was a strange feeling. I had more now, but I missed what I had before. We had to throw a lot away during the move too. Old Lego sets, random junk I cherished, like Pokemon card wrappers, because, who wasn't into Pokemon cards when they were like 9? Not because they were valuable, right? But because they were mine. There's a manga panel I once saw, and I'm sure you've seen it too. Some guy is saying the only thing we really own is our bodies. And I kind of keep that in my memory bank. Even the stuff we love, it's just stuff. It's materialism to a degree. Like a child clinging to their blankie, it means the world until one day it doesn't. And beyond things, there were people I left behind too. Friends, familiar streets, that rhythm of life that makes a place just feel like home. And when it's all gone, your friends, your family, your job, your school, you want to rebound. You want to get back to something stable, something that feels like, well, you again. But that's the secret, isn't it? You already carry home inside you. I've met people who've been through hell. People betrayed by spouses and best friends. Betrayed by spouses with best friends. People who've lost entire families in tragedies, fires, drowned, etc., etc. And yet, they get up in the morning the same as you or I. They find reasons to live, reasons to get through these problems, this infinite weight that they have on their head. Not because it's easy, but because peace, even if it's buried deep, can be rediscovered somehow. There's a quote from the comedian Theo Vaughn I heard recently that I think sums this well up. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Tiny progress is still progress. Not every day needs to be a battle, but if life pulls the rug out from under you, remember that the center holds. Your center, your soul. At the end of any storm, whether you've lost everything or just a piece of something you loved, you're still you. With less baggage maybe, more baggage, but definitely more wisdom. And that's worth something. I do have a question for you this time. You ever had a time when you were in transit, mentally, physically, spiritually, when you had to let go of something you loved just to keep moving forward? Frankly, I'd love to hear what you have to say. I always do in the comments. Or tell me in my Discord. Take care, and beware.